Welcome.
You are watching Line Screw 1.
Well, hello tubers, hope you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy YouTube universe. Today we're going to dissect some of the last two videos that Carolyn's RV life has done because it actually warrants a little bit of insight. And I'm here to help because, people think that, I'm being mean by speaking truth. No. We're only here to help. We're here to improve Carolyn's RV life. And, we are making slow progress and baby steps. And I'm sure that, most of the people in my audience who have been beaten up by her and banned, censored, and abused in the comment section to be thrown out because she doesn't like free speech. We conglomerate here as, a team of people who intrinsically care and want her to improve herself. And I think that it's well rooted in a really positive place. So don't say that I'm being mean and blah 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 and you should shut up and you have no right to have free speech. Well, of course I have rights of free speech. Everybody does, including Carolyn. Let's actually stick up for her right to say even naughty or crazy things. So let's get to it. But 2 videos ago she talked about why she's alone. I think the video was entitled, "Why Am I Alone in My RV?" I think the odd thing is that she actually even did that video in the first place, because if you watch the whole thing, your entire take, and she actually hints upon this, is that she's getting a lot of criticism from people that she's actually, I'm going to use her exact words, so don't say that I'm being mean here. Her exact words was, she says people are saying she's fat, ugly, and that she's grumpy. Yeah, that's what she said. Now, there could be some truth to that, and I don't want to take away from her truth. If that's what she thinks about herself, well, that's some work that she has ahead of her to improve her self-esteem. But that's exactly what the problem is. Her self-esteem is lacking, and she feels like she has to defend her personal choices to strangers on the internet who might say these things to her. Okay, that's a bad sign. You need to be secure in yourself. It would be like me making a video today called "Why I Don't Have Broccoli in My Life." Okay, it's true, I really don't have much broccoli in my life. Could my life be improved if I had broccoli? Yeah, it's probably a healthy choice. Probably could use more broccoli. But I'm not going to do a video on why I have no broccoli in my life, because it's a personal thing, and who cares? Like, who cares? Just like, who cares about what other people think? And Carolyn, you need to kind of build a spine and not play this stupid game of I'm always a victim and I need to justify everything that I do to you and prove to you that I'm a worthy human being. You know what? Everybody is a worthy human being who stands up for themselves and says, look, it's my life, my rules. That's the end of it. And if you're not bothering anybody else, who cares? So Carolyn, learn to have self-esteem and not worry what other people say. If you want to embark upon this Ted Kaczynski lifestyle, now I'm not saying criminal lifestyle, I'm not saying a terroristic lifestyle. She's living a Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, in case you're not familiar with the name. The Unabomber lived in a remote part of the world and was socially isolated. And that's not healthy, Carolyn. It wasn't healthy for Ted Kaczynski, and it's not going to be healthy for you. All you're going to do is keep going down the rabbit hole of bitching and moaning about why life has passed you by. Now, the paradox about her entire video is she talks about how, oh sorry, we got aircraft flying above me, is that she won't settle, which is very funny. She is trying to market, she is this marketing genius. She's trying to market herself as this woman who's working on herself and she's got a lot to offer, okay? And she will not settle. Now, this is a typical liberal female problem, especially as ladies age. Conservative women have kind of figured this out more. Women from Europe have kind of figured this out more. Asian women, obviously. Those people know how to attract a man. A conservative Southern belle, they know how to attract a man. They always know. They've been taught this from their mothers, their grandmothers. They know how to behave around men. They understand the system. But some of these modern liberals, like Carolyn's RV life, well, she doesn't understand it and she's very angry. And the fundamental thing that a smart woman realizes that it's a seller's market for men as we age. You know, when we were young men, you know, we had to hit up a lot of women to get a date. It was like job applications. You keep applying, that's how you get a girlfriend, you know. It didn't matter how you looked. It just mattered that you maybe put on a clean shirt, behave nicely, and keep swinging. Keep swinging at the balls, and you're going to hit one, right? But as life goes on, women realize that more men are dying. More men die because of motorcycles. More men die because of risky and dangerous occupations. So once you get later in life, women realize that there are just more women than there are men. So the pool to choose from is diminishing. And all the good men, or the men who found a really good life partner, they're sticking with them. They're not in the open market to date. So it's a tougher market. And as a lady ages, let's face it, men are very visual. We like pretty things, right? We like the shiny, happy people, right? Like the song goes. So, what are you going to do, ladies? You know, especially Carolyn. Now, I know the ladies who understand how men think and how men work, you are not going to have any problem. You're not going to have any problem attracting as many men as you want. But for the liberal aging population, like Carolyn's RV life, she doesn't understand the fundamentals. And she doesn't understand that a lot of men aren't going to sign up for a grumpy person who has so many anger issues towards men. That's not to say that every pot doesn't deserve a lid, and I believe Carolyn's RV life intrinsically deserves to be happy and to find somebody to love and to love her. I'm very, very honest and sincere when I say that. So that's the whole purpose of this video, to help her understand, to help her improve. And like I said about the Ted Kaczynski lifestyle, I've lived off-grid. Last summer, in fact, I had to live, I didn't have to, but I decided to live off-grid, which meant managing the resources I had, particularly water. I could only carry enough water to have 3 showers a week. Yeah, it sucked. I'm more of a 1 or twice a day shower kind of guy. I like it. I just think that I deserve to bathe on a daily basis. Now, Carolyn's lifestyle is kind of counter to that, because if you're living in the middle of nowhere, how are you going to have the water to do that? You're not. Okay, I get it. So Carolyn, you need to open up that wallet and maybe go to a nice RV park where there's actually nice people you can meet, maybe some nice gentlemen you could meet, where you could shower every day, put on a little bit of makeup, do the hair nice, maybe put a little bit of dye in it, hide the gray, if you want. You don't have to, I don't find women with a little bit of gray in their hair unattractive. I'm not saying I find Carolyn attractive. I'm just saying, because personality goes a long way. I don't know about you, but I'm sure many of the people in my audience have dated some very, very attractive people. And sometimes, you wind up in a relationship with somebody who is well above attractiveness in terms of the average level of attractiveness for people. And you realize they're actually ugly inside. Because in the end, you have to live with the person inside. So Carolyn is kind of cursed with the double whammy of she's got work to do internally, a lot of anger, a lot of grumpiness. I think many people call her cranky because that moniker tends to be accurate. She is kind of cranky. She's got a lot of grievances with life and with men and with society. And men don't want to sign up to hear that every day. Men go out, earn a living, they risk their life often with dangerous jobs in the cold, in the rain, all sorts of situations. We just want to come home, have a nice meal, and enjoy your company. We don't want to come home to a bitch fest and problems and grievances about how the world has not treated me fairly. We don't want that. So, Carolyn, please, for the love of God, you need to start listening to the comment section and not banning people, because a lot of these people are actually trying to help you, just like me. Now, Carolyn, you can't ban me from speaking my truth, and you can't ban the people that make the comments on my channel, but we honestly want you to get on with your life and quit the nonsense. Because we think you can, if you just tried. Maybe change your vote to Republican. That alone, I think, might get you a couple dates. I'm thinking. But the way she's going, the best she's going to do is a beta boy simp. You know, this is a liberal man who will just agree with the woman he's with, and he will allow himself to be abused, and he will shut up and do as he's told. That is the kind of man that she could only get now. Now, in the end, those types of relationships, they're kind of symbiotics. The one person likes to be abused, the other person likes to be the abuser. But in the end, generally what happens is the one person gets tired of walking over the other person because there's no challenge in walking over them because they're a floor mat every day of their life. And the person being abused just says, well, you know, I'm tired of being abused and I deserve better. So, Carolyn, don't put yourself in that situation if that's exactly where you're going to go. So, yeah. But the fact that she won't settle when she's not bringing anything to the table, you know, she's got this high bar. She thinks she's at the predator apex level of women in the dating world. So, Carolyn, I hate to say it, but you're going to have to settle because you are not all that and a side of fries. You're not bringing any of the traits or the beauty or the you know, the calm, rational essence that men look for in a woman. You're not bringing anything to the table. You don't got the money, you ain't got the looks, you ain't got the beautiful personality, you don't have a good sense of humor. You don't have many of these things. So you need to work harder on yourself and take a step back and realize that you need to be the person that you want to attract. And you're not doing that. Take a good inventory of your personality, Carolyn, and you'll understand I'm right. Now, moving on, just a quick brief about her last video, how she's talking about how she thinks she's not going to live out her full natural life because of global warming. And I kid you not, she's saying this while driving her RV that gets 9 miles per gallon. Like a crazy typical liberal, she's bitching and moaning about all the you know, environmental change because of, you know, carbon in the air and the CO2 and the fossil fuel burning vehicles, and she's bitching about it as she's driving a 9 mile per gallon RV, which is almost pretty much the same size as my RV, and I know mine gets about 9 miles per gallon. What about that? Talk about hypocrisy. If she truly cared about the environment, she wouldn't be driving a 9 mile per gallon RV. She'd be in a properly insulated small apartment that requires very little energy to heat or air condition. But oh no, she's living in an RV bitching about the carbon problems and the increased environmental problems that she's creating with her own 9 mile per gallon RV. It's nutty, folks. It speaks to why a lot of men won't sign up to date her. But I do wish her well. I hope she finds love. I hope she takes some of the advice that we can provide for her here online seriously. And I think maybe in the end, she might make some progress. Let's wish her the best. Let's wish her some hope. So in the meantime, folks, you put your comments down below. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Over and out.
I got you, I got you.